market, or you want Jerome Powell to give you a hug and pat you on the back? So, I mean, Bitcoin will move when they print currency.
Well, speaking of that, in less than 2 weeks, we're going to have an election. Some people think that it's going to have more or less of an impact on the Bitcoin industry, depending on who gets into office. What is your forecast?
I don't think it matters. As far as who gets in office, I think Bitcoin goes up no matter what. Bitcoin goes up because the dollar, or I guess in the euro, has to go down, right? So I don't think it matters much. Now, obviously, I would prefer my president support businesses like mine, support industries like Bitcoin. I would prefer if my country took an interest in owning something that has a fixed supply. I'd prefer that. So of course, I like what Trump has represented to myself and others in the space, but I don't think it matters. The deficits are far too big. The only way out. Let me put it to you guys this way. Anyone that's in debt, anybody, let's say, what's your name?
Paul.
Paul?
Paul.
Oh, you gave me a shirt once.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. So, if I owed Paul $10, I have two options traditionally. I could either be an honest man and pay Paul back, or I could say, Paul, I'm the worst guy you've ever met. I don't have the $10, and we call that a default. Two options when you're in debt. You pay it back or you default. But the government has a third option, which is if they can't pay it back and the US can't default, they can print what they owe. Okay, so debt to GDP in America is almost 130%. Global debt to GDP is almost 350%. What is debt to GDP? How much we're borrowing versus the growth we're producing to pay it back. So, the US can't pay back Paul. Mathematically, 130% debt to GDP, impossible. The US cannot default, okay? We have one option left. It's not fucking rocket science. So it doesn't matter who gets elected, they have to debase the currency, they have to print. And okay, so what do you want to own? You can't own dollars, and then you go through, what do you want to own? Do you want to own a penthouse? Do you want to own Tesla? And I think we're all at this conference because there's one superior asset. But to me, like, it doesn't actually matter. Obviously, I have a preference. It's hard for me to change the world from prison, right? I like people that support our industry.